Hey guys, welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of Elite Hunter. I'm Kelly Stovall.
Jeremy Moore.
And we thank you for tuning in. For those of you that's been following us on Facebook and YouTube, we've been giving you a few clips to let you know who we are and what we're about. And season is here, and man, we're super stoked. Season is in full swing. We had opening weekend last weekend, and we got some great footage laid down for you that we're fixing to show. So I'm going to hand it over to Jeremy. We're going to watch his hunt first and see how it went. So Jeremy, kind of give us an idea of what we're fixing to see.
All right, well, to start off with, like you said, October 1st, opening bow season. We were in Lewakey, Texas. I've got a lease down there with some friends of mine. We've got 900 acres. It's 5 people on it. You got to understand, I've got 2 spots set up on this place. One down by the Concho River. I primarily do my turkey hunting down there, but I do have deer coming in. And up north, I've got a spot set up too that it's got a lot of really good action. I've got some pretty decent bucks. This last weekend, I had a pretty nice encounter with a couple good bucks. One really nice buck. Just all I can say is stay tuned and watch and see what happens.
As you'll see in this film, for those of you that watched our video, Passing on the Tradition, the video that we did with our kids, this scenery is going to look very familiar to you because it was filmed at the exact same place. So stay tuned, and we'll see you back here in just a little bit.
Alright guys, that wraps up October 1st morning hunt. We had a pretty good morning. We had a real nice young 2.5-year-old 8-point come in. A couple little year and a half old spikes. One was a little 4-point. No does this morning, which is odd. Back over here to the east of me, we had a lot of turkey coming out of the coop, which is not normal this far up away from the river. But that wraps it up, and we'll see you this evening. That's that same little 8-point that was here this morning. He's young. 2.5 or so. He'll be a good one next year, hopefully. myself in the butt for letting that one walk. Alright guys, our hunt's over for this evening. We had a really nice 10-point come in. I let it walk, then I was kicking myself in the butt. So I said if it came back, I was going to go ahead and shoot it. We're sitting here now just waiting for the sun to completely go down, the sky to get black, so we can escape out of here without being detected, hopefully. Well, tomorrow morning maybe we'll get it done. Hope everyone had a good evening. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up our opening weekend hunt here in Texas. It's October 2nd and this is the morning hunt. I'm headed home this evening, get home early. And we came down here by the river to try to get some turkey. We saw quite a bit of turkey, had quite a bit of turkey around us. Everything was small, it was all this year's turkeys. Had the mamas with them, but I didn't want to take them. They still had the babies following them. Anyways, we had a good overall hunt. Yesterday evening was awesome. Just couldn't make it happen. Anyways, y'all have a good one.
All right, guys. As you can see, that was my excitement for opening weekend. Start off with the morning hunt. It was pretty slow. It was a real warm day, warm morning. Everything was going fine, going good. I had a nice little 8-pointer. I had a little yearling spike and a little 4-point that we might cull out this year. I might let my son take it. This evening, the October 1st evening, it was, my gosh, it was almost 90 degrees outside. I was sweating. The deer smelled me. You could see in the video them looking at me nonstop. I had a pretty good encounter with just a beautiful 10-point. He was just immaculate.
And all I got to say at this point is time out, because we got to talk about this for a minute. What in the world were you thinking?
Well, that's the $1 million question, I guess. All thing I can say is you've got to understand this is the first year that I have videoed any hunt. I was enjoying laying down the footage. When I saw this buck come in, I got every second I could think, just putting some video down. And it was a blast. I never pulled my bow down. I mean, just never got it down off the dang hanger.
Man, I don't know how. I would have went from this to this really quick. But I wasn't in your shoes either. So,
Well, you'll see in upcoming episodes that hopefully this next episode that we get an arrow through that deer, but it sure gives us a little bit of drama and a little bit of something to look forward to. So my wife was nice enough to allow me to take my vacation for this coming weekend, and you and I are going down. You're gonna film, and we're gonna switch off and see if we can't get an arrow in that buck.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, as you'll see through this season, Jeremy and I will do some solo hunts, and then we'll team up at each other's place, and that'll just kind of carry on throughout the whole season. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen this weekend for sure. I just hope that Jeremy didn't try to put a little drama in our show and it ended up being too much drama. So we'll definitely see. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to my hunt now. Here in a minute, you'll see my son and I, my oldest son, Seth. He's going to be featured in the video just a little bit. We went down to our lease, which is at Aspermont, Texas. Had a great time. So we'll go ahead and roll the clip, and then we'll come back and kind of visit about my hunt a little bit. I don't think I had as much drama as you did, but regardless.
You had some fun, though.
Yeah, regardless, we had a good time. All right, so we'll roll the footage, and we'll catch up with you here in a minute.
Hey guys, it's Friday, September 30th, one day before hunting season. I didn't get much video stuff today, just didn't have the time. We were pretty busy, but we got the tripod set up, got the camera equipment all mounted and everything ready to go to hunt there in the morning. But right now, we just got set up in the rifle blind. Got a feeder set up it's about 90 to 100 yards. I'm gonna let my son get a chance at some hogs tonight. We've had hogs off and on. So I'd like to introduce you to Seth Michael Stovall. Hey buddy.
Hello.
What do you think?
It's really fun right now.
Really fun right now? You excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do tonight?
Hopefully shoot a hog.
Yeah, hope so. Hope so. This will be your very first hog to ever shoot, right?
My very first.
How many years have you been hunting?
I exactly don't know. What?
You've been hunting since you were 2
Really?
with me, but this is going to be your 2nd year to be able to actually hunt with a gun. So we'll see how it goes. So we'll see. Alright, well y'all stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. We're going to get to hunt for probably 2 days. It's not looking real optimistic just yet. We actually went to go scout some areas today, but it is so overgrown down here from all the rain. We actually started to head off down a pretty rough terrain trail to get down into a creek so we could get down into the riverbed. And as we pulled up, there was a giant rattlesnake. Actually shot at it 2 times and missed 2 times with the bow. So we tried, but that's a pretty small target to be able to hit. So anyway, just sit back and enjoy. Hopefully we'll bring you some exciting action footage. Tell them bye.
Bye.
Okay, this is the Stovall edition of Dude Perfect. Seth has a challenge. He has a dare. He has to taste this buckbeak. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1. You're the one that wanted to do it. as you can see, I'm set up on the edge of a cotton field. Had a lot of activity out here last night. The only problem is it wasn't opening day yet. So, anyway, that's it. I think we're in for a long season. I hope we're in for an exciting season. As always, be safe and good luck. Okay guys, well it's day 2. I sure hope I have some better luck than I did yesterday. I'm in the same stand up by the cotton field. There's 0 wind. It's a little cooler this morning. It's about 52 degrees. Just a beautiful morning. Already had a couple rabbits come by. So, just need something I can shoot at. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and recap the weekend. It just didn't turn out too well. I had some pretty hot temperatures, but regardless, it was beautiful to just be out here in God's creation. I believe I'm in for an extra challenge this year. We've got a new property owner to the south, and evidently this guy is not a hunter. They've done nothing but make racket all day. He's had some kids out there just tearing up the field, just running around on ATVs. Friday night while we were out scouting, they were actually doing donuts in the field and honking the horn for 2 hours. I hope this doesn't continue. That's just going to make it rough. It'll definitely push the animals out of his area, but he's so close to ours, it may push him out of mine. The weather conditions just wasn't right for me to ever go across to that field to do the scouting that I was hoping to do. For that area, I'm going to have a southwest or a west wind to be able to get in there without blowing my scent through that bedding area. So that's just the way hunting goes. If we play it smart, play the wind right, maybe that will still pay off over there. But other than that, it was a good weekend. Got to see a few deer on the east end of this cotton field. We actually have quite a bit of doe that come in the evenings. So that probably turned out to be a pretty good meat hunt here in one of the upcoming weekends. See if we can't set up a blind up on that end, a little pop-up, and see if we can't catch some of those doe coming in. On a positive side, we actually acquired 88 acres, about 4 to 5 miles northeast of here. Went and looked at it yesterday. It's a real thick, shinnery area. Hasn't been hunted in a couple years, as far as we know. It's a very thick area, but that may too be promising. It's got 2 bordering properties on it that look like it's not being hunted, and on the 3rd boundary is actually a high fence. So I think we might have to go investigate and maybe do some scouting and have a couple hunts over there and see how it goes. So overall, it was a beautiful weekend. It was just good to be back in nature and to be hunting again. But that's just the way it goes. Hunting's hunting. We definitely love the challenge, but we love being in the outdoors. So we'll just have to see how the season goes. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Well, as you can see, my video was definitely not as action-packed as Jeremy's was. I'm actually kind of jealous. As y'all were watching the video from wherever you're watching it from, we were actually watching it here, just kind of recapping, seeing how our weekend went. And the more I watched Jeremy's deer, the more envious I got. And
Come on now.
I hope he gets a chance to double lung this thing. Put an arrow in the pump house or something. Just that deer's got to go down. That's just too nice for this area. For those of you that that may have opportunities at hunting bigger deer, for us that's a good deer, especially where we're at. We're kind of challenged both with the leases that we have. I'll let Jeremy visit some more on that one here in a minute. But as far as me, I had a great weekend. Enjoyed the time with my son. Really had a blast. He's showing more and more interest this year in hunting, so I think we may make a little hunter out of this one.
Yeah, every time we come out here and we practice shooting, he's got his bow out here. He's shooting right along with us. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's having a really good time. You saw the challenge I'm having at my lease with the landowner. We're just going to have to see how that thing goes. And if any of you have any suggestions of how I can handle this hunter as far as all the racket that he's making, I'm talking about he's shooting guns, doing donuts in the field, got kids screaming and yelling. He's yelling back at the kids. I'm really not sure what to do because it is his property. I thought about calling the game warden and asking if they would go visit with them, but if it's private property, it's private property. It just stinks that we have a landowner that doesn't respect the hunting culture.
Right.
More than likely, this may end up being my last season there if this continues. I've had a rough patch as it goes in this area anyway. The 2 best deer I've ever taken have been on this place, but the last 2 years have really been tough with just the conditions that's down around there. So,
Well, now, you picked up 88 acres?
yeah. Actually, a friend of my brother's actually called him, and he has a place that's just a few miles down the road. And he asked us, he said, hey, I've got 88 acres that's outside of a high fence property that he owns. And he was like, it's just sitting there. So if y'all would like to, try to utilize that place, go for it. It's a shinnery area, really thick with the trees and the sandy type of dirt. We'll just have to see what happens. The deer may use it as a bedding area. We don't have the three greatest things. We've got a little bit of food and some bedding, but no water. So we're just going to have to see how that goes. My brother actually hunted it one of the evenings, didn't see anything, but there hadn't been a feeder out there or anything like that. And where he chose to set may not have been
Right.
the ideal place.
You've still got to go in, do more scouting, set up, a hunting area and everything.
Yeah, our plan is to set up 2 different places there that we can be mobile with as we need to. We're going to just set up some pop-up blinds and some of the smaller feeders and throw out some cameras and see what happens. But we'll have the 2 places based on wind direction, and we both made an agreement of 3.5 and older deer, because that's probably about all you're going to get down there.
You're
Fours
going to
and
manage
fives.
it.
We're going to manage it, and we're going to bow hunt only. And we've promised to only go into whichever set according to the wind, so we have the wind in our face, so that way we're not bumping deer and having unnecessary movement. The place looks very secluded, and I don't believe there's any hunters around it, so we'll just have to see what happens, but maybe that can turn out into something too. Definitely a lot of hog.
Yeah.
Man, there's tons of hog tracks where you can see where they've just wallowed in the ground and everything like that. So
Maybe we'll get some footage of putting arrows through some hogs.
yeah, maybe.
Hope so.
Well, I guess we're gonna wind this show down to an end. I guess one thing to share before we're finished is, Jeremy, since this was both our first time to physically get full involved in the filming of our hunts, what was your biggest takeaway this weekend? Learning curve or just whatever, challenge? What was the biggest takeaway from this weekend?
Well, I definitely didn't learn at all. I know that. You can see by the footage, it was definitely amateur footage. Honestly, the only thing I could really say is anybody that's ever bow hunted, if you want to take it to the next level, get a video camera. Get out there, lay down some footage, and you'd be amazed how much more you're looking to capture something on video rather than
Yeah.
put an arrow through it. I mean, that's the only excuse I can say that I didn't put an arrow through that 10-pointer. I don't know. I enjoyed videoing him. So now that's not going to be the case this weekend. You're filming.
Yeah.
I'm putting an arrow through him. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
So, well, we're going to start off, though, that morning, Saturday morning, though, me filming you. So maybe we can get something down, turkey, deer. We'll see that morning, and then the evening, I'm going to try to get on that buck. That's the only time he's coming in is in the evening. So it's a whole new world with game cameras, whole new thing for me too. So
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I guess the biggest takeaway for me was not only just the challenge of filming. I mean, I've been experienced in video and editing and stuff like that, but it's always been in a controlled environment. Definitely had to work the brain as far as the manual settings on the camera for sure. I'm not used to shooting in low light conditions. Practiced a little bit at the house, kind of filming dogs and the kids and stuff in the late evening to kind of get ready.
Some lighting.
But yeah, it was a little tougher than what I thought it was going to be, especially being, you know, somewhat of an experienced camera operator. So that was definitely a challenge. But I'm going to say for me, the biggest takeaway is I kept just sitting there realizing that Jeremy and myself are getting to do what we love to do, and we're getting to share it with those that want to follow. That's the cool thing about the United States of America.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're living a
Yep.
dream. We're unsponsored, and we're just having fun. We're just sharing it with who wants to share.
We're able to sit out in nature,
Yeah.
God's country, just enjoying life.
Yeah. And these videos is hopefully fun, maybe even educational for y'all, but they're memories for us. That's what we're going after. There's plenty of TV shows out there. I'm personally never going to have the encounters and experiences for what we see on TV. And some of you out there may not either. And that's the cool thing about our program is, as we said in the beginning, we're just blue-collar people. We're blue-collar hunters.
Everyday guys.
Yeah, we're everyday guys, and this is what it is. If this is not your cup of tea, well, sorry. There's Sportsman Channel and all those other things out there.
We're enjoying it.
Yeah, we're not trying to compete with anybody else, but just to have fun and maybe educate some people along the way and to grow our sport. That's what this is all about. If you haven't checked out our Elite page, it's on Facebook. We have a YouTube channel as well. And on those, you will find one video that is titled The Elite Pledge. That right there would tell you exactly what we're all about.
Not just hunting.
Yeah, not just hunting. It's about being elite in everything that we do.
Right.
So I've talked enough. I'm going to let Jeremy kind of close us out for today's show. But I would like to personally say thank you for tuning in. And we hope you enjoyed Season 1, Episode 1.
I think you said it all. We're out here to enjoy ourselves, sit in God's country, enjoy nature, pass down the traditions to our kids, and help anyone else that needs any help. The only thing I can say again is, you know, we're just here enjoying life, you know. So I guess the only thing I could say to close it out is, you know, go check out our Facebook page. It's got the link, you know, to get to our YouTube videos. That's where our hunting videos, our preseason videos are going to be. It's www.elitehuntertx@facebook.com. And like I said, it'll take you right to the YouTube, and we want everyone's feedback. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Definitely get involved with it, please. So
Yeah, like, share, and comment. We love to interact with those that are out there. The more we interact, the more information that we share. The more information we share, the better hunters that we become. The better hunters that we become, the more elite we are in what we love to do.
right.
So, all right. Well, I guess that's going to be a wrap. Thank
Yeah.
you for joining.
Be elite.
Yeah.